Does going for a walk help with anxiety? In this video, we are going to talk about how walking can help you get to that place of peace and calm. I am at the end of the Logan River Trail. It's one of my favorite places to walk on the planet. Why do I love it so much? Is because it is an environment change. Sometimes even walking the block in my neighborhood, it gets me out of that one office room that I've been working in. Like, think about the environments you spend the most time in, and even if you circle around in a different environment, that environment change can help you with your stress and your anxiety. You are going to learn 5 reasons walking can help with anxiety. And at the end of the video, I'm going to share reasons why walking might actually make anxiety worse and things you can be aware of to make sure that it's a good experience for you. The key is to get yourself into a new location. And sometimes I think about walking and our mental health. Sometimes it's a lot like taking ibuprofen for a headache. It sometimes gives you relief for a couple of hours. Just a new environment refresh can help you reset your mind and feel a sense of peace. The second reason walking can help with anxiety is it is a proactive, something you can choose, something you can do to actually relieve some of that tension. We hold tension in our shoulders, we hold it in our backs and our muscles and our jaw. We don't know we're even tense. So right now, even if you're not walking, just notice your shoulders, relax your jaw. Ooh, it was tight, was it? Mine was tight. Oh, can you hear the cows in the background? If you listen carefully, like we live in farm country, you'll probably hear some cows. Sorry about that. Cows. Back on subject. Walking is something that you can proactively do, meaning that you can choose it. You have control over it. A lot of times when we are struggling with something, having a sense of control makes a difference. And if we know we can choose something, choosing our way out helps. So if we choose to go for a walk, just taking a couple of steps, it can make a difference. And notice that we're choosing this to release tension. We're not choosing it for a magic thing that's going to make us feel suddenly better all the time. But what it does is it helps us to soften our shoulders, relax our jaw, move our legs in different ways that they were not moving before. Tip number 3 is walking helps you to stay present. Now, if you've seen any other of my anxiety videos, you have probably heard me say this before, but I'm going to say it again because it is that important. One of the most powerful things about our physical body is it helps us to be in the present, to be where we are. When we are in the future, we're anticipating, and that's a key place of where anxiety is, anticipating, alarm, that what's going to happen next. When we are in the past, a lot of times we think about loss or something that went wrong. And so we don't want to be in the past. We don't want to be in the future. We want to be right where we are. This present moment is the only place you have control. And we use our physical body to be where we are. When we go for a walk, we can physically be present. We are experiencing this new environment. I mean, we hear birds chirping. We can hear all the things that are around us. Right now, I'm actually feeling a crisp, cool breeze. I'm super glad I brought my jacket, but just feeling that breeze, it evokes our 5 senses. Evoking our 5 senses helps us cope with anxiety because we're using our physical body to be grounded, to stay where we are, to move from that fight or flight stress response to telling our body that we are safe. Tip number 4, I hope going for a walk gets you off your phone. It should get you away from your news, get away from your email, all of those things that just demand and pull at you. Even if you're walking around the block, walking somewhere new in your office, or if you're fortunate enough to get to a peaceful place that you love outside, it gets you away from all of those stressors. Sometimes we need to turn off the news and get ourselves some sunshine. And that really does something so good for our soul and our insides. Tip number 5 is that going for a walk is a natural mood boost. Going for a walk releases some of those chemicals and hormones that perks you up just a little bit, and that's helpful. But it's also really helpful to know reasons why walking might not be good for anxiety. And the best tip I have for you is to consult with a professional. Talk to your doctor, talk to a nutritionist, talk to your team of people that can help you know what is right for you. But sometimes when we are stressed and our mind is stressed, vigorous exercise can release more stress hormones, and sometimes that doesn't do good things for us. So being aware of how stress impacts you and the degree of exercise. I know I love really good cardio for my lungs after I've had a panic attack, because I know it washes my lungs. That's how it feels. Going for a walk is just a little bit more mild than that intense cardio, and that too, I know it will kind of gradually wash my lungs. It kind of cleans out that feeling of a panic attack that sometimes can come on. So those quick tips are: do not push for extremes. You don't feel like you need to go run marathons to cope with your anxiety. It might work for you, but don't feel like you need the extreme to get through it because of those stress hormones. Again, that's the reason why. I also want you to understand that we can do things to make a commitment. We can make a commitment to go for that walk, do things for our physical body that help us to feel better, and experiment, try things, walk in new places. Like if you're walking the same place over and over, that can be good and bad. I think we both need to know like our easy routine that is easy to choose when we're having a hard time choosing, and we also need to know that we can shake things up and have a new environment to choose that different walk. Find that different place where you can go, where you're using your 5 senses to feel better. Overall, walking can be an incredibly powerful way to help you cope with anxiety. Find your peaceful places. Find your peaceful places. Even if you have to picture them in your mind when you are at the office, going for a walk can help us with our anxiety. For more tips and guides, you're going to want to check out the links below. I have a great playlist on anxiety, and hit the subscribe button while you're there for more tips from the Under Pressure Project.